Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Harry Muppet. Welcome back to another Daily Masters cast. We're continuing on with the good old Europeans from the regional finals of WCS Season 2. And we've got a lot of Protoss players, a lot of Terran players in this tournament. So introducing them up the top left side of the map, it is going to be MVP. I believe it may be MMVP, but I'm pretty sure that's MVP. We will just do a quick check on Wikipedia before we completely embarrass ourselves. But I'm pretty confident that's MVP. Although I may be getting confused between I believe there's a okay, all right. So I was just getting confused with somebody else. I am MVP. So his name is MVP. And he is from the incredible Miracle team, which is where that I am comes from. I got no idea where the LG comes from, to be completely honest. But yeah, he does look like a pretty awesome player. Comes from South Korea, plays Terran, obviously. And from the incredible Miracle team, he's actually number 13 on the WCS ladder with 3,575 points. And he's pretty awesome. I'm trying not to look at his photo, man. It's a little bit of a dorky photo, and that's all I'm gonna say because he's an awesome player, and we are definitely not going to be judging him based on that photo. Somebody should go into Wikipedia and just tell them to change that photo. And on down the bottom right side of the map, I'm sorry, I'm such a dick. Down the bottom right side of the map, it is going to be HasuObs, our blue Protoss player, and we've definitely seen quite a bit of him. He is a German player, which is pretty awesome, and he's actually got a pretty sick haircut in the Wikipedia thing. He's got sort of that thing where you gel your hair, and it's sort of that little spiky mini mohawk sort of thing going on, which is it's quite fancy, and he's got a very sort of looking off into the horizon, I am awesome player sort of look in his eyes. So obviously staged, and he plays for the Mouse Sports team as well. And yeah, well, you knew that because there's a mouse there. So pretty freaking awesome. Actually, for all I know, there may actually be a mouse down there. Somewhere in the grass there may be one. Where are the critters? I feel like this was a critter. No, they're just rocks and little flowers. Can we find a critter somewhere on this map? I feel like they don't show up unless they're getting revealed by minions. A little bit of a flower there. The flower still gets revealed even when it's not under there. Yeah. Oh, by the way, MVP is getting a command center or something like that, and I think HasuObs is getting something. These guys are trying to do. Oh my God, critter! Where is the critter? We got such a wide amount of view. There are no critters on this thing. There's lots of wavy plants. There's no critters at all. I feel cheated right now. I really do. I so wanted to have a critter. Mate, can you turn them off in the options? Is that what I did? I turned off the critters in the options? I feel like not, because you can actually target minions and target the critters and shoot them. I don't even know if they're called critters in Starcraft. They may be called something else. Maybe critters just a WoW term. What is this over here? That's a Stargate. Okay, so Stargate coming out from HasuObs. And MVP's got his down his command center. He's muling it up. Both players pretty much even. What do we got for units? Bunch of Marines, Mothership Core, Stalker, and a Zealot. Always a nice combination to try and move out and make something happen. Where's that stupid... Oh, Stalker's out there. So, yeah, it's turning out to be somewhat of an exciting game on this completely critter-free map. Where, obviously, I don't know, these guys are landing after like a nuclear bombardment or something like that. Everything's just been completely irradiated. Oh man, we can see some SCV bits there. These flowers almost looks like they're growing and shrinking. It's supposed to be wind, but that doesn't look like any sort of natural wind. It looks like, I don't know, it looks like there's a creature under the ground that's sort of breathing in and out, like the ground's breathing. That's not the wind, man. The ground is breathing. And okay, alright, I probably shouldn't be, I don't know, I'm not having a go at Blizzard for some dodgy wind effects, because that's what they are. They're kind of dodgy wind effects. They don't look natural at all, but I'm not having a go at Blizzard because, you know what? It's the Protoss' fault, man. He's completely screwing up the wind patterns in this area, and Although these things, yeah, they're a little bit better. I feel like they're a little bit better. Oracle coming around. That is not a hallucination. That is a real Oracle. Got a bunch of Marines coming out. Looks like we've got a bunch of barracks coming out first. So a lot of Marines coming out fairly quickly. There is 3 bunkers. MVP, man. Paranoia in the house. I don't know what the hell he's worried about, but he's worried about something with 3 freaking bunkers out the front of his bloody base. He should be worried about this Oracle at the back, though. Oh, man. Talk about defending the wrong part of the base, man. Ouch. Ouch. Oracle getting another SCV kill. 4 kills on that guy. Very, very nice. Manages to escape as well. So, beautiful, beautiful micro there from HasuObs. And I would not be surprised to see a missile turret out here somewhere, because this guy is not getting the job done. What do we got here? Bunch of stalkers. They are not going to get very, very far. Although these bunkers are like empty though. Half the guys have gone away. So I don't know if that was part of the master plan, but the bunkers are all empty at the moment. There's nobody home. And the stalkers trying to move in, but the bunkers are all populated. And those stalkers are going to have to go home empty-handed. So the Oracle did a good job, man. 4 workers. And yeah, HasuObs has really been chrono boosting these workers out. And his Nexus was down later, but of course MVP had to get the orbital on both his command centers, which held him up a little bit. And we can see that's a very, very decent amount of probes, although he's not building any at the moment. So is he finished with probes? I feel like 49 maybe enough. Maybe he should go for the 60 mark though. 60 mark is nice and safe, and you're only sacrificing 10 more supply for workers. It's not like he's going to go for anything insane, like a 7 gate off 2 bases. Although, hello, Mr. HasuObs. 6 more gateways on the way. He's already got 3 up. This is a 9 gate off 2 bases. No wonder he's not building workers anymore, man. He needs the minerals he's saving up. He's going for Storm. He's going for Legged. I don't know why he's going for Storm if he's going for a crazy 9 gate. Maybe he wants a crazy 9 gate and he wants the Storm as well. How is he possibly going to be planning on producing off 9 gateways at once? He cannot possibly afford that. He just can't. That's too many gateways right now. It's way too many gateways. He can't produce off that much. He's got to try, but I don't think it's going to work. And meanwhile, the Triple M Force of MVP going in there. A bit of an Oracle spray on this guy's head, so that's not fun. And Storm is here though, and a bunch of Phoenix are here as well. So that medevac is going to get harassed all over the place. But the Storm just coming out. Beautiful timing for HasuObs. He's got the Storm. And are these guys going to seriously try a medevac push up here? You can get up with a few guys. He's just sort of giving the getting the vision, maybe hoping to snipe a pylon up here or something like that. But it's not going to work. The Phoenix going in. They want to hit something. They'd like to hit that, but just getting 1 hit off, and that's pretty awesome. Knocking out a Marine there. Oracle hiding up in the top. That will get taken out because the medevac will be able to spot it. But the forces of HasuObs moving on out. He's got all the tech he feels that he needs. And now it is just going to be owning stuff. He's got Zealot legs. He's got Storm. He hasn't got any actual unit upgrades. Those are coming out soonish. Oh, I'm getting a little bit of the hiccups. But that is it, man. Starcraft 2, when they start doing that sort of stuff, there are side effects. So we just have to deal with those. Storms! Walked straight into those storms. Actually, the 3rd storm didn't really hit much, but the first 2 storms wiped out so many forces. And now, massive amount of Zealots. He's going to try and make it work. The Marauder's coming up the backside. He needs to get the Zealots out to start attacking those. So he's pulled off most of his force. He's got a ton of units, an absolute ton. But he's kind of sandwiched a little bit between this little force and obviously the main base. And he needs to press in one way or the other. The High Templar going to try and be storming the backside when they come up. But storming on the Marauders not going to be that effective. Pushing in. The Storms, wow, 2 storms on those Marauders, really, really hitting them hard. I stand corrected. Storms are very, very effective on Marauders. The Zealots going in there. They're kind of being funneled in a little bit, but MVP just does not have the amount of forces that he really needs to push this off. And of course, there's got to be a pylon around here somewhere for reinforcements. There it is. So HasuObs choosing to go after these guys to try and finish them off. He's going to finish off these two Marauders. They're just pulling these guys away from the base. Just absolutely pulling away. The Phoenix going after the command center. All HasuObs has to do is warp in a couple of Zealots here to hold this off and then just go nuts on the main base. That's all he has to do. Are we going to see the warp in coming? There he goes. Beautiful. He's got 9 gateways, man. He can warp in a ton of units right here. So he's scaring this away. Meanwhile, the main force coming in here. But a very, very decent amount of Marauders have been built. And a very Marauder heavy army. And Ghost starting to come out as well. So MVP gonna maybe survive here. And I feel like HasuObs could have pushed a little bit harder here. Should have just gone for broke. I feel like he did that a couple of times. And whenever he started taking some decent damage, he pulled out. So I mean, you got to get, when you're invading a base with all these bunkers, your face is going to get bloody, but you just got to push on, take the damage, and go in for the win. And HasuObs, whenever his nose gets a bit bloody, he just sort of pulls out. He does not want to just go in there head first, and he's taken too long. He's this massive amount of forces have come out from MVP. And HasuObs still in the lead in terms of army, but yeah, it's not clear cut. He cannot just smash in anymore. Both of them going for the watchtower at the same time, meeting up in the middle as like, oh, you're here, oh, you're here, and it's completely unexpected, man. Like when you rock up to a party and you find out your best friend invited the guy you absolutely hate, and it's just like, well, this party sucks now. So yeah, but unfortunate. Storms, we're going to see the storms, but this army is quite Marauder heavy, so going to be dissipating a lot of the storm damage that could be done. We will see though, because Marauders, they're alright against Zealots. I don't know for a Marauder, if it hits a Zealot mid-charge, whether that's going to work. But yeah, he's keeping MVP away for now. But MVP, with all these low-cost units, with the Marines and the Marauders and the Ghosts, starting to catch up in supply. Although with 2 Colossus coming out now, he's been saving up for them, so that's going to knock him right into that beautiful amount of supply. He's moving the command center over there instead, but there's a bit of a probe and a pylon infestation over here, so he's going to have to get the guys to clear that out. But that's going to be happening fairly quickly. The Phoenix still trying to hit the factory, and the factory landed, and apparently vertical vision is not something that these Phoenix possess, man. It is like the original Wolfenstein. They cannot look up and actually it's like the original Doom, because in Wolfenstein you couldn't even go up or down, man. It was just all on the same level. So it's like the original Doom, where the enemies can be flying up above you, but you cannot look up to actually see them. You just sort of gotta shoot ahead and hope that the bullet sort of goes up and actually hits them in midair, which sometimes it does, but sometimes if you're like half a pixel off, it won't actually do it. It'll just go straight instead of shooting up. And that was a pain, especially when you got a rocket and the rocket just goes straight and you want it to go up, and it's such a nightmare, man. Really, really bad. But anyway, then they invented the mouse, and FPS gamers everywhere were rejoicing all over the place. Although, if you ever tried using the mouse in like Duke Nukem or Quake 1, man, using the mouse, oh man, so painful. And then Quake 2 fixed that, and you could actually play first-person shooters like you're supposed to. And of course Half-Life, man, and Counter-Strike, which really, really set it on its paces. But we are not here to talk about the history of first-person shooters. We are here to talk about how much damage HasuObs is going to do there. 4 Colossus so far. And he's beautifully storming. The guy's flanking the Colossus, so that is fine. And beautifully storming these guys. He's really going to need all the storms he can get, because, oh man, these Colossus taking quite a lot of damage. There is 4 of them though, and he can start to really, really push in. But the protection for the Colossus, he needs to not get flanked, because if he starts getting flanked, the Colossus are going to be way open, and he does not have enough Zealots to really sort of stop the flank. So the Storms are doing very well against the flank so far, but he keeps having to pull the Colossus back to get them in a nice position where they do not get flanked. And it's starting to work, man. All of the Storms and all of the Colossus just coming together, eventually just making it work. bunch of Marines just coming out, and these guys are like, you know what? I feel like this whole single file thing is not going to work because we're going up against 3 or 4 Colossus, and I know, man, I know standing side to side is even worse for the Colossus, but seriously, Commander, I just do not agree with this one at a time sort of thing. And the Commander's like, look, dude, just go to the rally point. I don't care where the rally point is, just go there and stop your bitching. And the Marine's like, this is some bullshit, man. But luckily, MVP gave the GG, and I feel like giving the GG means that all your units instantly, they all get jetpacks and they just fly off. Or I mean, Rayna's giant battle cruiser just comes down and picks everybody up straight away. Because these guys are totally not going to die. I mean, he's given the GG, so of course HasuObs is going to let him fly away peacefully, man. I mean, that's the way it works, isn't it? There's no take no prisoners, kill everybody sort of style in Starcraft 2. I'm sure. I mean, if HasuObs wanted to do that, he wouldn't have quit the game. He would have just kept playing after MVP gave the GG and surrendered. So I'm sure that when the winning player also quits the game, that means that everybody just gets to fly away, and HasuObs gets to say, all right, this is my planet now, all right? This is my planet. I claim this for good old Tassadar, and it is going to be the Protoss planet, and it's going to be a holiday planet, actually. We're just going to get this blood cleaned up all over the place. We're gonna set up some nice little villa over here where you can just sort of relax, sit on the edge of the cliff, maybe a little bit further back, maybe around here. Look at this, man. They can have a little bit of a safari, hunting the non-existent critters. They'll have to bring in some critters, man. But, I mean, we saw in the campaign they had a ship that was full of critters, man. They got critters all over the place. That's not for study, man. That's for setting up all these awesome safaris. So we get the deep grass. They get like a big creature up there, and they're going to go through the deep grass to do it. What else have we got over here? This place is a bit boring. I feel like this is just like this is the barbecue area right there where they get some parked benches around there. Barbecue area, look at that. Beautiful just gas right there for powering the barbecue. They just get a pipe it over there. Where's the really relaxing part, man? I do not know. This I don't know. It's not actually that. This is nice. This is the area right there. They get a ladder, and this is just like a beach area where they just dump the kids off the cliff, and they just like go have some fun, and they need to put some fences over here and over here. But otherwise, man, you're a kid, man. You would have tons of fun in this area. Look at this beautiful. There's rocks to climb across. There's trees and stuff like that. If you're one of those really awesome kids, man, you climb at the top of the tree, you jump at the top, and then you just run off nowhere, and then parents have to call a search, man, and you've managed to get to like the candy bar or something like that. You're just scoffing down the candies. It's beautiful, man, and yeah, man, they could do so much with this planet, man. I mean, it's not all just death and destruction. This guy actually doubles as the barbecue lighter. So whenever the barbecue goes out, if it's really windy, they call out the Oracle, and boom, instantly alight straight away, and absolutely fantastic. And he also does the temperature as well. So if it's too hot, he glows a bit red. If it's too cold, he glows blue. But if he glows green, it's just right. So party time on for HasuObs and all his Protoss buddies, and the Terrans, man, they are going to be skulking inside their battleship, eating ration bars and not feeling too happy about themselves, missing out on the sun and the sand and the Barbie. Oh, man, I feel quite sorry for those guys. So, and not to mention that most of their forces actually died during this battle. That's probably bad as well. But anyway, thank you very much for watching this very elongated ending, but I feel like we had a bit of fun here. I feel like it's a great game. Both of the players are really nice, and thanks for watching. I will catch you guys tomorrow for another Daily Masters. Stay tuned, and please subscribe. If you've sat through all of that and you're still listening, then man, you should be subscribing, because you obviously enjoy listening to me, not just the games, but listening to me. And subscribing is the best way to get more of that. So there we go. Thank you very much for watching. This has been Hairy Muppet. I hope you enjoyed this game.